Never feel the need to have to prove yourself to anyone. Never be in this mindset, because I think as human beings, we have the psychological feeling of finding our self-worth. We try to find our self-worth through people, right? We try to find our self-worth through our possessions. We try to find our self-worth through what we do, through accomplishments. And so we try to chase these things, and we try to chase proving ourselves. One thing I realized in my 21 years, almost 22 years of living, is that every time I've tried to prove myself to someone, it seemed, and I put in my best effort, it seemed like I always fell short. Because there is a problem with the human mind in this case, right? Now, we were made in the image of God. We were built perfectly in the image of God, in the eyes of God. We were made in man's image. We were made in his image. And one thing I do understand is that as human beings, we want to be loved, right? We want to feel the feeling of love and desire. We want to feel these feelings of, feeling like we belong. And I know you're sitting here like, what does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with proving yourself? Well, to make yourself feel like you belong, you feel like you have to blend in. You feel like you have to do and take the extra step. And you're looking crazy. You're looking crazy. You're doing ignorant things to prove yourself, to prove your worth to other people. You're doing things that are out of your body to prove yourself to human beings who are made just like you and me, who go through struggles just like you, who go through things, who have to work jobs and have to make sources of income just like you. And you're sitting here, and I'm sitting here, trying to prove ourselves. Proving yourselves will tire you out. Proving yourself, your energy levels, your energy fuel shafts will bust. They will bust, and they will run out. What problem we have with constantly trying to prove ourselves is we don't know what's enough. You will never know what's enough, because let's just say you're trying to move up in a company, right? Somebody comes in, has more experience than you, and you're constantly putting in effort, work. You've been working for this company for 10 plus years, 10 years of your life. And next thing you know, somebody comes in with a little bit of experience, more experience than you in a certain department or field. Maybe not in the specific business, but that field. They come in and they take your spot. Or not take your spot, but they take the position you want to take. And it's like, dang, you proving yourself didn't do you any justice. Did not give you anything. As human beings, I think our problem is comparison plays a part, but also our minds of wanting to be better than the next man, instead of looking at yourself, looking at the man in the mirror and realizing where you're at, where you're headed, where you want to go. And you're stuck on this, oh man, I got to do more than the other guy. Like, yes, to an extent, you want more, maybe you want more for your life. But when you keep comparing your life to somebody else's, it'll make you desire things, right? That's fine to desire things. But what are the things that you need? Because your desires and your needs are different. Your wants and your needs are different. The things that God wants for you are different than the things that you want for yourself. Because you feel like, oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough status. I don't have enough clout. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough girls. I don't have enough guys. I don't have a roster. I don't have this and that. That's silly. But let me keep it a being with you, because I'm going to keep it a being on this channel. You want all these things so you can try to prove yourself. Proving yourself. Don't try to prove yourself to no girl. Don't try to prove yourself to no other person. You have value. Do not prove yourself. Don't prove your worthiness to anybody. Do what you're supposed to do because you want to do it. And it's because it's on your heart to do it. Do it because, yes, you may not feel like doing it, but you must and you should do it because that's where God has you right now. Do it to not prove yourself. You shouldn't have to sit here and feel like you have to prove yourself to anybody. You don't have to take the extra step to bring somebody to, you lost a girl. You gotta take the extra step to get them back. You don't got, if they don't want you, they don't want you. Don't take the extra mile. Don't take the extra step. Don't take the extra leap. Don't send a text message. Don't call. Don't look at their story. Don't send a message. Don't do nothing. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your blessings. You got goals. You got achievement. You got dreams and aspirations. And then you also have what God desires for you and He has for you. See, our problem is we get caught up in trying to prove ourselves to human beings instead of proving ourselves and living as God wants us to live. It's easier said than done. It sounds cliche. Y'all gonna think it sounds cliche every single video. It's not cliche. Because in reality, if we really look at the state of our world, you look on social media, it's a lot of comparison. It's a lot of, man, I want that. Oh, I want this. Man, I want to make all that money. Sure, that is cool. That is great. That is swell. That is amazing. But that idea did not come out of thin air. That idea stemmed from what you saw. That idea stemmed from what you see, where you see yourself and where you could go. Social media is good in giving you ideas and giving you, ways to ways presented to you to do certain things, to learn different things. But it comes a point in time where comparison starts seeping into your mind, right? You're not where you're at, right? That person may be the same age as you and can travel the world while you're stuck at a 9 to 5 working a job. But you're comparing your life, you're comparing your journey when everybody's come up was different, everybody was brought up differently. Maybe God doesn't want you there right now. God is preparing you for something. There's building blocks. There are steps to getting to where you want. And something I emphasize in a lot of my videos is timing, is God's timing. And one thing I do know is God will deliver. As long as you, what does the Bible say? As long as you stay faithful, right? You stay faithful and you trust Him. Do you have faith? Do ye have little faith? That is what Jesus asked His disciples. His disciples. Do ye have little faith? When they were on that boat and there was a storm, do ye have little faith? And guess what? Yes, Jesus proved to his disciples, like, yeah, I am the Messiah. I'm not gonna let you die. I'm not gonna let us die. I'm not gonna let this boat sink. I'm not gonna let us tumble over. But see, we have to realize is that if we are living for God, right? Yes, we kind of prove ourselves, and by the way, by the way we walk, by the way we talk, by what we do, our mindset. Yes, we prove ourselves in that way. But going out of your way to prove your worth, that is the main piece of this video. How to feel worth, how to not prove yourself, how to feel worthy of even being on this earth, how to feel worth. It's because of Jesus. It's because of the sacrifice. It is not because of a human being that you have to prove yourself to. It's not because, oh yeah, she don't want to love me anymore, so she gonna get with another guy. Oh, I wasn't enough, so that's why she left me. No, 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 no. Don't look at it like that. I used to look at it like that all the time. Stop looking at it like that. God puts people in places, takes them in, takes them out. Right? I want to leave you with this. Don't feel like you have to prove yourself to anybody. Don't change for anybody. Don't feel like you have to prove yourself. As long as you are walking as God instructs you to, as long as you are living the life that God has for you and you are going and working towards what God has set in stone for you, that's all that matters. As long as you continue to prove yourself to people, nothing will ever be enough for people. It doesn't matter if you 70, 60 years old, you work for a company for 30, 40 years of your life, and they just fire you. Because guess what? That's corporate America for you. They'll just fire you without a reason. Because guess what? It's not that it wasn't enough. They just don't want you anymore. They just don't want you anymore. Not even about proving yourself anymore. At that rate, they just let you go because business is business. That's what they tell you. Business is business. But I hope you get into this mindset of learning to dwell and to know that God gave you worth. God gave you worth. Since, before you were even a thought, God gave you worth. Jesus' sacrifice gave you worth. Your life has worth. You have desires, or my bad, not desires. God has the desires for your heart. You have goals, you have dreams, you have aspirations. You're special. You were made in His image. If you were made in His image, you were made unique. You were made different. Stand on that. Don't prove yourself. You don't have to prove yourself no more. Don't do it anymore. But it's your boy Drake. I mean, I got nothing else to say, so I'm gonna keep it a peen. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm out of here. God bless y'all, man.